Thank you so much for joining me live. I'm really excited to get on here today and do something a little bit different. So I wanted to start a women's series to talk about and interview women that I find inspiring about why they're doing what they're doing and more specifically why they are in business for themselves and why they felt capable of doing that. So today we're going to talk to a friend of mine, Jamie Crowell, who is a real estate agent out of Florida, who I met when I helped her with her hair. So I'm going to bring Jamie on here and see if we can invite her into this video. Let's add Jamie. All right, Jamie, you should get a request. And if you guys are watching this live, please type live in the comments. And if you're watching this on the replay, please type replay. I know you're going to love what Jamie has to say.
Hi!
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm so excited.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? I gave you a brief intro, but I think you could do a much better job.
Sure. Yeah, I'm in real estate. I work at Keller Williams Realty. And so I've been selling real estate for 2.5 years now. It's been going really great. And yeah, I met you on Instagram actually. And and I buy all of my hair products from you. I freaking love them. And it's just been like a really great friendship. It's been like really cool.
Yeah. So you guys don't know, Jamie goes live about topics having to do with real estate all the time. So when you get done watching this video, go check out her other videos that she has. But you know, I really wanted to interview you today, Jamie, because I just find you so inspiring and you're so fun to watch. It's fun to watch you and your boyfriend talk about all kind of things, and I'm really interested in real estate and home ownership for myself one day. So I thought it'd be cool for all of my friends too to hear a little bit about why you do what you do.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I don't even really know. Jason, he did sales before, and I was a bartender before, and I've always been like a server and in the hospitality industry. And just through watching videos on YouTube and reading, I was reading some of his sales books, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, I think that I could do this. And so then I decided to get my real estate license, and, you know, I got my first deal, which was a pretty big one. So I was like, oh, you know, you should get your real estate license. We should do this together. And yeah, it's just been really crazy, but really rewarding as well. It's awesome. I'm so glad I did it.
That's awesome. This live, will you let us know in the comments, or if you're watching this afterward, would you type replay, let us know you're here. So it kind of sounds like getting into real estate was almost like an impromptu decision. It's kind of like, what made you first decide to even look at his real estate books or to start looking at YouTube about it? Like, what was going on in your life that made you want to make a step? That's a bold move, because you're essentially working for yourself. You bring in an income determined by what you put in. So what made you want, I think that's really bold. What made you want to step into that?
Yeah, so Jason, he was doing sales for Verizon before, and I was thinking about just getting into sales in general. I was thinking about doing wine sales, or I didn't even know. I was just thinking about all these things. And you know, I have a few friends that are doing real estate also, so just watching them through social media and stuff, I was like, you know, and real estate is something that I've wanted to do for a really long time. And I've always been kind of scared to do it. I was just really scared. And, you know, one thing about getting into business is whenever you first decide to go into business for yourself or do something like this, there's going to be a lot of people that tell you why they wouldn't do it, why it's going to be so hard, and, you know, why how scary it's going to be not to know when your next paycheck is coming. So for a long time, those things really held me back. And really, you just need one person to believe in you, you know, and I'm lucky to have Jason, and he has always had my back, and he's like, you can do this, you can do this. And finding inspiration through influencers on social media and stuff, that was all very helpful too. So You know, I just had built up a lot of confidence and I was like, okay, you know what? This is going to be the year that I do this. And my goal was to do real estate for at least 1 year, just 1 year. That was my goal. And it's turned into this like really great business. And now this is how I sustain myself through this business. So it's just really, I'm so thankful that I had the courage to do that.
That's so awesome. Oh my gosh. So I thought you were like way longer than that. Just because of the confidence that you portray and like the way you talk about it, like you seem like you have so much experience and like so much knowledge. So that's like so interesting to know that it's only been like 2 years. Yeah. And they say that most people like who get into business like either like, you know, succeed or fail like within those first like 2 to 3 years. So how does that make you feel? Like you're at that mark, like you're at that 2-year mark and you still are enjoying it and you still are having success and you seem like you're having a lot of success. So knowing that like most businesses fail within those first like 2 to 3 years, but you are thriving, like how does that feel?
It feels great. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's awesome. And you know, hey Karina, oh my gosh, I love Karina. She's also an awesome realtor that works in my office. We're actually affirmation partners right now. But the thing with success is you have to like constantly be like educating yourself and learning and growing. And, you know, they say that the average realtor is like in the business for 2 years and then they drop off. And the thing with success in all business, I'm assuming is success isn't like a straight line up. You know, it's really not a straight line. So
no.
yeah, in the Keller Williams model, you learn that you're gonna have like your natural ability is gonna bring you up to a ceiling of achievement, right? And once you hit that ceiling of achievement, you have to come back down, and then you go and you have to add systems, you have to add models, you have to learn, you have to grow and then you can shoot back through that ceiling of achievement to your next ceiling of achievement. So, it feels really good that I've gotten to this point. Like, it's been really tough, believe me, but it's been really rewarding. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but is that kind of like, is that how it's been like for your business? Or like because you've only been in your business for 5 months, right?
It's only been 5 months.
Yeah, and like you say, it's crazy that I've only been in my business for 2 years, and I'm looking at you like, oh my God, you've only been doing this 2 months. Because I feel like I love your videos, and you're just doing really great. So like, how is that for you?
Yeah, you know, it's funny when you mention that like ceiling of achievement, because I've learned to call it something else, but it's essentially that same thing. And I think a lot of us, like me especially, like dream about maybe being in business for ourselves and like really getting that ownership and that freedom that comes with it. But it has so many ups and downs, and it's like you have to really, for as much success as you have to really be committed to learning to grow and learning to get over that. You call it ceiling of achievement, and I call it like an upper. I think you also can have like upper limiting beliefs that maybe aren't because of what you're like physically doing or the work you're putting out or the people you're being in front of, but almost because of the mindset that you have and what you actually feel like you can achieve. And I think that in these 5 months, I've dealt with that a lot. Just this idea of blocking success for myself, allowing success for myself, and then really like taking advantage of those opportunities that come my way, because there are so many things that you can tell yourself. And I'm sure even in real estate, like when people reach out to you and ask you for help, you can tell yourself these stories about how excited you are to help them, but there's no way that, you know, that they'll buy from you, or that there's no way that they're going to end up leading to, you know, a customer or a partnership. But I've found, for me, I think that's been my biggest struggle. Like, why would people want to work with me? Like, why would people want to believe in me and like reach out to me for help? So I've seen a lot of ups and downs just from like that ebb and flow of like my mindset about like what I can do and why I deserve to be successful, and why I really deserve to like be in business for myself and like get to the life that I really want to love.
Yeah,
that
and that's like such a good point that you brought up. Like it's all mindset, you know, and that's one of the biggest things like as business owners you constantly have to work on is having a positive mindset, breaking through those limiting beliefs. Why don't you think about like all the things that could go right? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
that's a really good point.
And I kind of wondered because I feel like now for me at this 5 month mark, I'm starting to have this like inner battle to create better balance between the time that I spend on my business because I love it and it can easily consume my day because I just have so much fun and I'm a yapper. I'll like talk people's ears off. And I'm like having trouble like finding this balance between like my business, my other priorities in life, and then my relationship, and like really making sure I have time for that. And so you and Jason work together, so you guys have like a lot of like mixed time. And I wonder how you guys kind of get out of that business mode and or just create balance so it doesn't feel like it's always business or it's always focused on real estate.
Yeah, and that honestly is something that we're constantly working on because sometimes even when we go out and we're like, okay, we're not going to talk about real estate, we're just like so in the business and we're like, you know, we love it, and so we just like end up talking about it all the time. But a big part of balance for us is really sticking to our schedule, like planning out our days, you know, like in the morning from like 8 a.m. until like 11 a.m. Like this is time where we're making phone calls, returning emails. We're like really focused on getting things done. And then we go on a lot of appointments during the week. And then also scheduling vacation is really important. So like next weekend, we're going to a conference in Tampa, and then after the conference is over, yeah, we're gonna spend a couple days on the beach together and just kind of like unwind and chill out and relax. And so it's just really important to have like, you know, scheduled business time and then like plan date nights and plan vacations too, so that it's not just all business, business, business.
Yeah, we all need that healthy balance, and planning vacations is a lot of fun. Everybody should do it.
Yes, everybody should do it. Yeah, like, you know, in the beginning of the year, we try to say like, this is how many vacations we want to take, or, you know, every quarter, like what are we going to do that's really fun so that we can, you know, recharge, because taking care of yourself is like so important. You don't take care of yourself and you're going to burn out.
Oh my God, yeah. And that's one of the benefits, like working for yourself, is you can actually plan vacations without worrying about like if you're gonna accrue the time, if your boss is gonna let you off, or if there's gonna be enough coverage in the office to like for you to be able to take that time. And that feels really good, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about doing what I do is that, you know, I don't have to worry about like getting written up for being late or like, you know, requesting time off, you know, because I can make those decisions myself based on what I have going on in my schedule and what kind of business is happening and all that stuff. So that's definitely a perk.
So, okay, so what's like the larger vision for your life, like that you and Jason have? Like you're in real estate, you're working with Keller Williams right now. I don't know if this is something you feel comfortable like talking about on camera, so you don't have to if you don't want to, but is there like a larger end goal that you want to do? Or if life wasn't limited, if your options were limitless, like where would you want this to take you?
I mean, like there's no like this is something that I'm learning too, is not to put a cap on your dreams, right? So dream as big as you want. And so really like our big goal is to just keep building our business. You know, we're looking at like hiring an assistant, like having buyers agents on our teams, having transaction coordinators, and having all kinds of systems in place so that we can really grow this business and also serve our clients in a more flawless manner, make the experience better for them. So yeah, we're just looking to, we're trying not to put any like limits on ourselves. So yeah, we're taking it as far as we can, definitely.
Awesome. That sounds like that'll allow you and Jason to like focus on the client and
Mm-hmm.
really focus and hone in on and making sure they're getting the best experience and save the other stuff that you might not enjoy as much for the people who like really enjoy it, right? That's
Yes,
a pretty
definitely. And that is also like a huge thing that I learned like from getting into real estate is everybody has different personality types, right? So like something that I enjoy doing is not necessarily something that you would enjoy doing or Jason or whoever. So one thing that we really want to focus on is hiring people that would be great for specific roles so that everybody's happy. When we're happy, the clients are happy. And, like for instance, I work with all of the buyers on our team because I love, showing houses, and I get very emotional about showing houses and stuff like that. And I can really like connect with the buyers, and I'm like, oh, you told me that you have like this awesome dining room table, and isn't this the perfect dining room for you? Oh my God, your kids are going to love this, yard. And, for Jason, he's not, really able to connect in that way, but he's more like numbers. So he takes care of like, pricing homes and like more of the number side of things and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely all about like knowing yourself, knowing what you're comfortable with, and then like leveraging everything else out as much as possible.
Okay, I think that's so key because a lot of people who have reached out to me about what I'm doing with my business, like one of the first things they say is, I don't have experience. I don't have the skill to do that. I don't think I'd be able to do that. And, that's something that I thought for myself. And maybe that's something you even thought about yourself, like when you got into real estate. But what I've learned is that I have to use my skills that I have and the things that I'm good at. I can use that to be good in business. I can use that knowledge I already have and the things that I'm already passionate about and bring that into my business and target the people who are like me and not like other people.
Mm-hmm.
Dog
is that your dog?
Can you hear? I always wonder how loud it is in these videos.
Yes, that is so true though. Totally agree.
Well, I wanted to ask you just a couple more things like before we wrap up. And I wanted to know for people who are watching this video who maybe have these same like whimsical ideas of like being in real estate one day but can't seem to like bring them back down to reality. Do you provide training or do you provide mentorship if someone is looking up to you and they want to see what it would take for them to get into this themselves? Like, is there a way that they can contact you or?
Yeah, definitely. So if anybody's interested in getting into real estate, you can definitely contact me and ask me any questions that you have. One thing that I always tell people is if you're going to go into real estate, you should really consider signing up for Keller Williams because we offer a lot of training and stuff. And, sometimes people will get their license and they'll just ask me a bunch of questions, and it's not really like one simple answer, so it's really important for new agents to go somewhere where there's support and training. And that, like for me, I totally believe in Keller Williams. So I highly recommend that you would sign up for them. And if you have any questions about that, let me know. And then also one thing that I wanted to say, because I think you mentioned like, getting into business, it can be scary and you don't really know how to make that push forward, and, the definition of courage is being scared to death and doing it anyways. So, just really like look inside yourself for that courage to like just go for it. And, you just don't want to get to the end of life and have regrets. You know what I mean? So you really should push yourself to do the things that you want to do.
Yeah, and live the life that you want now. You never know when it's going to be over, and believe in yourself. Like, that's the best thing you can do. And when you don't, it's just sad.
Yeah, that's so true.
What about people who are looking to buy in Florida? Like, do you only sell in one city? Do you sell, like, where is your, like, where is your zone of genius in Florida?
So for me to work with you to actually buy or sell your home, then you would have to be in Central Florida. So we service Orlando, Claremont, Groveland, Winter Garden, Windermere, Lake Nona, like all of Central Florida, basically like in the greater Orlando area. And then the cool thing about, you know, what I'm doing, I'm in Keller Williams. There's over 100,000 agents across the world.
Oh, wow.
And then also, yeah, and then also I do business coaching with a huge network of other realtors as well. So if you do have questions about buying in other different areas, you know, reach out to me because I know a lot of great agents like all over that I can connect you with. So definitely reach out with any real estate questions. I'm happy to help.
Yay! Well, thank you so much for being here, Jamie. It's been really fun, and yeah, just thank you so much. I think this added a lot of value to the people watching. It added a lot of value for me just to talk to someone in business who is in a different industry than myself and kind of see that our paths, while I haven't been in business as long as you have, our paths have been kind of similar in terms of just like obstacles and the things that we face as we're getting started. So
Yeah, definitely. And for anybody who doesn't know Natasha that is watching from my page, go check out her videos because like you have been a huge inspiration to me, like whether you know it or not. I just watch all of your videos and I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing content. You know, I'm serious. And of course I buy all of my shampoo and conditioner and styling luxury hair care products from you too. So check her out and everyone can contact you, right? If they have any questions about that, right?
yes, just send me a private message. Yeah.
Yes, cool.
Well, thank you so much, Jamie. I hope that we can do this again one day and add more value to our people watching. And if you guys like this video, share it. Show Jamie some love. Show me some love. Share this video with someone who could use this.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This was fun. Yeah, let's do it again sometime.
Okay, bye, girl.
Okay, bye.
Bye.